The download day. Importing the results files and the XML files. Prior to importing the results, it's strongly recommended that the center confirms that an embargo is in place. Navigate to the Results tab, then configure Exams Assist, confirm that the results days have been entered. Also, a red banner will be displayed in the Overview and Results tab to inform the center that an embargo is in place. To upload the result files, navigate to the Results tab, Actions, then select Upload Results File. Locate the files, then import. It is possible to multi-select files and therefore import a number at the same time. Once the results have been imported, an import status will be displayed, which will also include any errors. Centers will need to ensure that the relevant base data has been uploaded into Exams Assist. To import the XML file received from the exam boards, this must be done after the results files have been imported. Navigate to the Results tab, Actions, then select Upload Results File, locate and upload the XML file. How to edit exam results. If exam results need to be amended due to review of marking or an admin error, this is possible by navigating to the Results tab and selecting the qualification that the grade needs to be changed for. Once selected, find the candidate and select the Edit button. Enter the new grade or mark. This will then be updated for the candidate and the history of changes will appear in the logs for that candidate. An example of the above can be found in the previous video, entering manual results into Exams Assist. How to print the exam results. To print off the candidate's statement of results, navigate to the Candidates tab, select a candidates or a group of candidates. It is also possible to filter a group of candidates, then select all. Once selected, select Selected, then Print Selected, select the report called Statement of Results. How to add a comment at the bottom of the Statement of Results. If the center requires to add a note at the bottom of the Statement of Results, this can be achieved by navigating to the Results tab, select Configure Exam Assist. Scroll down and enter the note into the Results footer message text box. How to email the results to candidates. Prior to emailing results, confirm the following in Configure Exams Assist. Ensure that the exam's results has not been disabled for all season, then confirm that the options candidates can see their results in the portal and from the email link is selected. Once confirmed, navigate to the Candidates tab, select a candidate or a group of candidates, then selected, send email with exam results to candidates. If the above is not correctly configured, a warning will appear stating that either the exam's results are disabled to be viewed by the candidates, or the results has not been published to the portal or email link. Once the email is sent, the above error will be resolved to ensure that the candidates are able to view their results in the portal. To schedule a message containing the results link, after composing the email, select Schedule. Once selected, enter the date and time for the message to be sent to the candidate. How to view absent candidates. To assist the center to validate their absent candidates, it's possible to view the number of candidates that were missing from the exam. For this feature to work, the registers were required to be taken electronically using Exams Assist. When the component code is selected, it is possible to see the attendance by color. If the candidate was marked present in the exam, then the result line will be colored in green, then yellow for late and red for absent. A great way for double-checking if all candidates that were present in an exam has a result. How do staff view the results on their portal? Once the results are imported, if a staff member has been assigned to these in the Entries tab, then these will appear in the Results tab on the staff member's homepage. These will be listed by element. By selecting the element code, the staff can view the results by element or alternatively, if they select the subject name, then all results linked to that subject will appear. For instance, for English all the GCSE and GCE will appear. This can be filtered down to by year group. If the center has imported previous results, then it's possible to select Include Results from the previous year. These results will be colored in yellow. It's possible to either print or download these results to Excel. All teaching staff will also be able to view all results in Exams Assist from their homepage too. Teaching staff will need to navigate to the Exams tab from their homepage, then select Results. From the Results tab, the member of staff can select a season, then all results will appear. How to assign results to a subject. Navigate to the Results tab, select the qualifications, selected, then set subject for selected. Once selected, select the subject to assign the qualification to. From the Results tab, it's possible for the exams officer to download the broadsheet and export to Excel. How to print the exam labels. To print off exams labels to place on the envelopes, navigate to the Candidate tab, select all candidates or a group of candidates, then Selected, Print Selected, and either select the report called Candidates Address Labels or Name Labels. To be able to print the address labels, ensure that the candidates' addresses are allowed to be imported into School Workspace. If the addresses do not appear, navigate to School Settings, Data, either Exporter, WAND, ARBA, Bromcom or ISAMS on Demand Settings, and ensure that Include Student and Parent Address is selected. How candidates can share their results with their parents. As the results belong to the candidates can opt to share their results with their parents from their portal. When they log into their portal, in the Results tab there will be the option to share their results with parents. How do exams officers and staff view consent for accessing candidates' scripts? Once the center has enabled this function, as outlined in the first video, Results Setup, the candidates will be able to grant access to center to access their scripts. Once the candidates have completed the form, a new tab will appear in the Candidates tab called Post Results. The center staff will be able to track centrally if consent to access their scripts has been granted. Teaching staff will be able to view if permission has been granted when viewing the element results within the Results tab. The tick within the Access to Script column will give staff a quick way of viewing this consent. Also, the teaching staff can see if a candidate has requested a copy of their script for that subject. This will be indicated by the following icon. How do candidates request their scripts? Depending on the configuration, if the center allows the candidates to request copies of their script, then this can be done via their portal by selecting, I would like a copy of the selected scripts. Once selected, the components they have results for will appear. The candidate can select the papers they require, then select Save. Once requested, the results will appear in the Candidate tab, Post Results. A tick with the number of required scripts will appear. To view the request, click on the tick, then a pop-up box will appear. Alternatively, the center may wish for this consent to be done manually, using a paper form, but once the candidate has completed this, the exams officer will enter the information into Exams Assist on their behalf. This will ensure that everything is tracked in one location. How to print an Access to Script form. To print either a blank or a completed Access to Script form, navigate to the Candidate tab, select a candidate, or a group of candidates, then Selected, Print Selected, then Results, Access to Scripts. How to email the scripts to the candidates. Once the center has downloaded the scripts from the exam board's website, it is possible to email these directly from the Results tab. To email, select the candidate from the Post Results tab, then select Email. Once emailed, the center can add a note indicating the scripts have been emailed, then update the status of the request. How to invoice the candidates. If the candidate needs to be invoiced for this service, then select the candidate that requires an invoice from the Post Results tab. Once selected, enter an amount for the candidate to be invoiced.